Oscar nominee Annette Bening is going back to the 70s in her new movie. It's called 20th Century Women. She plays a single mom faced with the everyday challenges of raising a teenager. Take a look.
Do you think you're happy? Like, as happy as you thought you'd be when you were my age?
Seriously? You don't ask people questions like that.
You're my mom.
Especially your mom. Look, wondering if you're happy, it's a great shortcut to just being depressed. Give me that.
Annette Bening, welcome back. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
I want to talk about this in a second. You know this guy, Warren Beatty?
Yeah, I do know him.
He digs you.
Really?
He may be smitten. He was here not long ago, and he said incredible things about you. As a matter of fact, we were talking about Rules Don't Apply,
right,
which he directed and starred in, and you're also in. In the middle of the interview, he said, but she's the most amazing actress. You have to see her in 20th Century Women.
Oh.
He raved.
That's very sweet.
Yeah. You like this movie, don't you?
Very much.
Tell me about the character.
In Rules Don't Apply?
No, in 20th Century Women.
Okay, 20th Century Women. I'm playing Dorothea. The film is written, directed by Mike Mills, who did a movie called Beginners. I don't know if you saw that, with Chris Plummer.
I did see that.
Okay, that was more about his dad. This is more about his mom. So the point of departure for the character was his mom, who was an amazing woman.
Takes place in the 70s.
Right.
Does that help you? Did you like that decade? Where were you in life at that point?
I was a good decade for me. 1979, I was 21 living in San Francisco, but I grew up in San Diego. So the whole milieu, the whole world, the people in the story, there was something about it that was very personal to me.
I was watching the scene with you and the young man who plays your son in the kitchen there, and anytime you do a movie about moms and sons, moms and daughters, families in general, that chemistry has to be believable. Yeah. How do you go about creating what is going to feel and look like a mother-son relationship with an actor that you don't know that well?
It's a great question. I was a little nervous. I didn't know this kid. I didn't know what it was going to be like. He is a phenomenal human being. He's very bright. He's very grounded. He has a great family, comes from the Chicago area. So he hasn't done a lot of work, but and Mike also creates this. We did a lot of exercises. We danced together. We improv.
Why the dancing?
The dancing, well, in the movie there's quite a bit of dancing, but it's also a way of loosening everyone up and sort of getting us. It's like an icebreaker.
Isn't that what they tell you back in acting school?
Yes.
That if you're willing to appear
foolish,
yes, that it breaks down barriers.
That's exactly right.
Does it really work?
It does work, and it's somehow, I don't know, it was just right for the movie. Also, Mike Mills, the director, has very specific ideas about music. There's a lot of music in the story. Music's very much a part of it, as well as dancing. We all dance quite a bit in the movie.
You are, and I'm sure, aware that there is some talk about your performance here, and people are saying this is an Oscar-worthy performance and that you will probably get a nomination. You've been honored that way in the past. Would the honor mean a different thing to you or something else to you at this stage in your career?
Well, I certainly, if it happens, it's an incredible thrill. That's all I can tell you. It really is to be in that world. It feels pretty great.
Yeah, Rules Don't Apply. That's the other movie we were talking about a second ago. Warren's in the movie. It's his baby. I mean, for, what was it, 10, 12 years?
Yes.
He talked about directing you, said normally you direct him at home.
Which is not true, by the way.
Okay, do you want to take exception to that?
Yeah, I do take exception to that.
Yeah, I don't think he meant it in a bad way.
Okay, good. Well, then I'll let it go.
What was it like to be directed by him?
It was, well, for me, it was absolutely thrilling because I got to see, we were all waiting for him to make the movie. We were dying for him, his colleagues, his kids. So when he's on the set and I'm seeing him in his element, you know, doing his thing, my kids had never really seen him make a movie.
Because it had been 15 years.
It had been a long time. They were little. So that part of it, and also he's just a great director. And so I was thrilled. He let me improvise. It was really exciting.
We got to talk, he and I got to talk about a bunch of different things. And at some point I said to him, I asked him a question about the longevity and the success of your marriage and relationship. Do you mind if I play what he said?
No, I don't mind.
Okay, take a look.
Thank you.
It didn't really surprise me. I always felt that I wasn't trying to avoid marriage. I was trying to avoid divorce. I had no doubt when I met Annette that it was time to get married.
What makes it work? What's made it work for 25 years?
Respect.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. What would you, if I asked you the same question, what makes it work?
I like respect. I'll go with that. But also, I think in some ways we're very different. Some ways we're alike. But the differences, I think, help us. There's some fire there. Do you know what I mean?
Give me an example of the differences.
Well, I'm more impatient. He's always late. That can sometimes be a problem. Never mind that. I shouldn't have gone there.
Yeah, I don't see that pulling you together.
Okay. I'm going to something else. We want the same things. We have 4 children, and they're incredible human beings. They're young adults now. So I think having that shared purpose also is part of it. But I don't know, there is a fire. And that's hard to describe, like what that is about being with someone, but there's that. Does that make sense to you?
Passion, fire?
Yeah, okay,
yeah?
let's passion. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
To be able to say that after 25 years, I think, is an enormous gift. It really is.
You know, I know we're very grateful.
Yeah. It's great to see you.
Thank you.
It's been 10 years.
I can't believe that. Is it true?
No. Yes,
Okay.
it has.
All right.
I checked. I
All
counted.
right.
I went back and looked. And that's great to have you
Thank
here.
you.
20th Century Women hits theaters in New York and Los Angeles on Christmas Day and then nationwide on January 20th.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.